Hello friends, Mama Fox here. In today's video, I am going to give you my favorite budget-friendly tips because as you might have heard, we have officially entered a recession. So I'm sure a lot of families out there are trying to see how they can save money on their monthly bills, because we are just your classic working class family, and just last week my husband and I had to have a discussion on finances, and I thought I would pass along some of the things that what we talked about, because a lot of the things made a lot of sense. First of all, I have to shamelessly plug my channel. Click like and subscribe. Every week I post videos on motherhood and the budget-friendly lifestyle. So if you're new here, welcome. I'm glad you found my channel. I guess one of the biggest financial tips I can give is to communicate. But now in the past, my husband and I kind of needed to work on this, but we have been getting a lot better. Now, the kind of way we communicate is every time a paycheck comes in, we get together, we talk. I think one of the reasons it became a little harder for us to communicate is after we had my daughter. Yeah, we're so busy kind of watching her that it's kind of harder for us to really just stop and talk. But we kind of realize that we kind of have to do that every single time a new paycheck comes in. So yeah, we have been doing that for the past couple of months, and it has been extremely helpful. But every time a paycheck comes in, we sit down after my daughter goes to bed, and we discuss where exactly that paycheck is going. We also discuss the little things we want to buy, and kind of understand that if you regularly buy $50 shampoo, yes, that might get shut down. Or if you want to buy a drone, yes, that might get shut down. But that's how the communication works. And I really like communicating with him every two weeks, because we make sure we are both on the same page on stuff. And whether you're married or have a roommate, or maybe you're just living with your boyfriend or a girlfriend, you have to always make sure financially you are on the same page. And the best way to do that is, like I said, just sit down every 2 weeks and just have an honest financial discussion. But one of the things that we kind of realized we could cut out of our budget was actually K-Cups. Now I know a lot of people who love K-Cups might think, what, are you crazy? But we can't cut these things out of our budget, but just kind of understand, a K-Cup is 30 cents, and grinding your own coffee is only about 10 cents a cup. But we got a K-Cup machine shortly after my daughter was born, because when she was a newborn, as you know, when you're in the newborn phase, you need to make coffee basically all hours of the day. And that coffee needs to be very fast. And obviously K-Cups are very fast and very convenient. But like I said, they're about 20 cents more than just a typical cup of coffee. So about 2 weeks ago, we went back to grinding our own beans and making the coffee in a French press. And honestly, I am so happy by the results. But not only is the coffee cheaper, it also tastes a lot better than just your typical coffee from a K-Cup. And here is the French press we have been using. It's a Wolfgang Puck. It's stainless steel. We actually got this before my daughter was born, and yeah, it's held up beautifully. It's just stainless steel, so it's fairly easy to clean. But I think the biggest difference between the K-Cups and making coffee in the French press is it does take a little bit of time to clean out the French press, but it's nothing crazy. You just have to take in a like serving spoon and scoop out the used coffee grounds and then put them into the trash can. You but shouldn't really put used coffee grounds down the garbage disposal. I found that out the hard way. Like no more than like 5% of the used coffee grounds should go down go down the garbage disposal. Just kind of scoop out like 95% and put them in the trash can. And it's actually a pretty simple process. It takes me like 15 seconds a day to really clean it out. So it's still very, very fast. And I think the main difference is the coffee from a French press actually tastes so much better than the coffee from a K-cup. It tastes like coffee before kids. But we still have some K-cups from Costco because, yes, on occasion we need some fast coffee, but we're just making the box of K-cups stretch a lot farther than we have in the past. And I am perfectly happy making the fresh French press coffee every morning, and I would highly recommend switching to a ground coffee if you want to save money. But if you want to save 20 cents a cup on your daily coffee. And another way we are saving money on the baby food and baby expenses is I just ordered these from Amazon. They are reusable food pouches to use for your toddler's food. But not only are they absolutely adorable, you can refill them from the bottom. See, it's like a little zipper bag. You open it up in the bottom. You can pour in your own applesauce, your own yogurt, your own fruit purees or vegetable purees. You seal it back up. And this is now a very cheap pouch to give your baby or give your toddler because I was buying a lot of pouches for my daughter to eat, like I'm sure a lot of moms are. Pouches of applesauce, pouches of yogurt, pouches of baby food, because it's just so convenient to just give your kid a pouch as a snack or as part of their meal. But those pouches can really add up in price. I had been buying a company called Ceribelli, which you may have heard of. It was designed by like a neuroscientist, so there's more like brain developing the nutrients in those pouches, but they were kind of expensive. So but even though I am going to keep buying those, I will also be giving my daughter snacks with these because it's cheaper, but she's been using them for like a little over a week and they haven't even leaked yet. So yes, this is a very good product, I would think, because even the cheaper pouches are at least over $1 a pouch, and you can fill up these pouches yourself for just a few pennies. So I would highly recommend buying these from Amazon. But it's summertime, so I'm sure a lot of kids are in their summer activities, but that is actually a place you can save some extra money on, because for this summer, for example, I signed my daughter up for swimming, and I signed her up for a toddler gymnastics class. Now the toddler gymnastics class actually got canceled because of lack of interest, and honestly I am so glad that class got canceled, because but just one activity is really all your son or daughter needs to keep them entertained. They don't need to be overly scheduled. My daughter is swimming, and yeah, that is her only summer activity, and she is perfectly happy doing that. She I think she would have been overscheduled if it was swimming and gymnastics this summer. But honestly, one of my daughter's favorite activities to do is just running around the park. We kind of live close to a state park, but that's another thing but that's another budget-friendly tip I have, is to get a yearly pass to state parks, because that is a very budget-friendly, fun family activity. Just going to a state park on the weekends, running, hiking, going to the beach. Some parks like this one also have a beach, and yeah, my daughter just absolutely loves that. But she's only 1.5, so one of her favorite things to do is just run around the field, and she's perfectly happy as can be. So yeah, don't overly schedule your kids. But also look for free activities for kids to do. But every week, a town close to us has these kid music concerts in the park, and my daughter absolutely loves going to those every week. She listens to the music, she dances, and yeah, it's free. So yeah, look around for free activities for your kids to do as well. And finally, my last budget-friendly tip right now is to look for summer clearances. I was just at Target this week, and they have a lot of their summer clothes for kids on clearance, and I picked my daughter up some things for next summer. But we live in Michigan, so we have seasons. But if you live in a state with seasons, I would see July as a cutoff to buy clothes for that season. But at this point, I am thinking of buying clothes slightly bigger for next season. And yeah, they had a lot of cheap stuff in a size 2T or even 3T that she can use in for the future. Because as I've said, I never pay full price for kids' clothes. It's always either sale or a clearance. And Target has really good toddler clothes from that Cat and Jack brand. But I also got my daughter a pair of sneakers from the Cat and Jack brand because they were 20% off this week. If you happen to be watching this video this week, yes, they are 20% off their kids shoes. But if that sale is no longer going on, I'm sure it will come back in the future, probably closer to fall. So always wait for sales and clearances to buy all of your kids' clothes. And yeah, that's about it for this video. Hopefully these tips helped. And all these tips I think can help out all families regardless of how much money you have, because it's always good to save a little bit of money. And yeah, but these tips have definitely been helping us out for the past couple of weeks. So I thought I would pass them along to you. Well, that's about it for this video. I will see you next time in my next motherhood and budget-friendly lifestyle video. Bye for now.